Do you think I'd be a good mascot?
For this team?
Yeah.
That suit?
Yeah.
This arena?
Yeah, this arena.
When you forgot your lunch last night.
Well,
Popcorn for a meal? She could have given me more than that.
about to tear the roof off.
Okay, MP, let's turn it around right here.
Just a reminder, folks, to make sure to be here for a figurine giveaway. Come to the game and get a figurine of your favorite mascot, Harry the Hawk.
Visit the team's website for more information for availability of any upcoming game.
Looking to get your hands on an Atlanta Hawks touchdown? Just come out to the game on our giveaway show. Every fan is going home with one of their own.
Fans, don't forget to bring your family to our upcoming cast giveaway. Enjoy an exciting game and receive a free Hawks pack.
The National Basketball Association and the Atlanta Hawks are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior such as fighting, throwing objects, using improper language or gestures, entering the court or interrupting play. Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to ejection and possible arrest. Please report any violations to these rules to the nearest.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. And a quick look at how Atlanta's schedule shaping up. On Sunday, they'll tip it off. A road trip beginning in Oklahoma City where they'll take on the Thunder. Then on Monday, they'll take on Chris Middleton and the Washington Wizards.
And that game against Sacramento, that one will mark game number 6 for them in the NBA season. We'll see if there are any adjustments between now and then to the rotation.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Bridges out there with Williams, and it's Okogie in at the 3 spot. And for the Hawks, in the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Daniels out there with Trae Young. And it's Reza Shea in at the small forward position. Hearing scout. Doris, what have you noticed so far this season?
Yeah, Kev, these situations are really all about execution, right? Are players poised in late clock situations? First of all, do they recognize where the shot clock is? Can they adeptly and quickly read defenses? So those are some of the things I'm watching for.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. George Niang comes in for Reza Shea. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Young. Here is Daniels. They set the pick. Pass to LeVert. Just 5 on the clock. A wide open look here for Okongwu. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist.
Boy, you can really see the playmaking evolving. When Karis LeVert is hitting wide open teammates, it shows how special he can be.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the new leadership in Charlotte has made it clear that it's not going in for quick fixes. The goal is sustained success, building with youth and development. Call it roster flexibility or a blank slate. But with some promising young players and more health, there's nowhere to go but up. Kevin?
Health is huge. That's the hope. Hey, David, thank you. Here's the general after the basket by Atlanta. And it falls over the rim and in. The general's got 5.
You know, the assist is the key part of that play. The pace on the bounce pass, perfect.
Greg, since making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021, the Atlanta Hawks haven't been that good.
And it was hard to tell if that was a Cinderella run at the time, but Kevin, looking like that might have been the outlier. The Hawks took some risks to get back there, but it just hasn't worked.
And here are the Hornets now, following the bucket by the Hawks. Here's the general, and it's the Hornets another 3.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
The general's gone 2 of 2 from three-point land tonight. Daniels passes to Johnson. Hawks passing it around. Out of hand on it. Bridges deciding where to go. Oh, wow.
Well, this guy knows how to put on a show. Put Miles Bridges in the dunk contest. Did you see that?
And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here is Daniels. He has 5. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Aston Yang. Here's LeVert. Over Miller. LeVert the pass to Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Here's Mann. And it's the Hornets another 3.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Hornets lead by 3. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Atlanta. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
Going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
As a coach, I think you get a certain feel for what your team needs. And credit this guy for not waiting around. He went ahead and made the adjustment.
So on the floor for Charlotte to start this second quarter. LaMelo Ball is out there with Trey Mann. Then it's Williams. Then there's Josh Green. And it's the general in at the 5. Mann's checked in for Matthews. The Hornets also with a sub. Smith is checked in. LeVert finds Niang. No good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Last outing for Charlotte was a loss to the Rockets.
And missing your free throws usually changes the complexion of a game. Certainly did in that one.
You know this. Nothing gets a crowd into the game more than a bunch of missed free throws. That's one of the worst things you can do on the road.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on the general. That is his first foul of the game.
He must have thought he was a jungle gym the way he was climbing all over his back. Easy call.
Really good job to block out there. This is why you want to go put a body on someone when the shot goes up.
Nancy's checked in for the Hawks. Here's Rizachet, covered by Smith. And that one's good. Rizachet.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And Rizachet, the prototypical size and skill for a wingman.
Yeah, he's got some jelly to his game. Handle, touch, and his size. That becomes very tough to contain.
And the Hawks with possession here, following the 3 moments ago from the general. Doubled by Smith. Mann in the corner. Pulls up on the wing. Rebound by Smith.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
The three-pointer, no good. The Hawks trail by 4. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Here's LeVert. No good with the layup. Hornets have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Smith kicks the ball. After the general, lets the 3 fly. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 4 assists in the game. Ball against LeVert. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. From the arc. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
The general can't get it to go.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Now, here's Capella. That one good for 2.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Okongwu is checked in for Clint Capella. Jalen Johnson comes in for Nance. Dyson Daniels checked in for Mann. Young is subbed in for LeVert. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Williams is checked in for Williams. Miles Bridges comes in for Smith. Okogie's checked in for Trey Mann. And it's Brandon Miller in for Ball. Atlanta with the ball after the three-pointer from the general. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. There's some of the tricks of the trade in that regard.
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
Here's Young, following the score by Charlotte. In the corner, Daniels. 1:03 left now here in the second. The kick out to Young. Off target from outside.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Bridges, no one around him. And it's the Hornets, another 3.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And so Young will bring it up for Atlanta. It's a 13-point game coming off that loss against the Nets.
And really, I thought what was the difference in that game? Offensive rebound or the lack thereof. A lot of one-and-dones in that game.
If you're going to create more points, you need to create extra possessions. And getting wiped out on the boards kept that from happening.
Here's the general. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat-out take over. This is impressive.
Young. The Hawks again can't hit. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Hornets ahead as they end the second quarter with a huge surge, an 18-6 run. And we'll be back with the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Thanks for tuning in.
Man, this offense is in rhythm right now. They're moving the ball, moving without the ball. Everything looks exactly.
And now, not a bad time to take a look at the schedule ahead.
Look here now at Charlotte. They didn't come out the gates the way they hoped. Took the L, but they don't think that represents who they are.
Well, it might be just a matter of shaking off that rust, Shaq.
And that concludes half.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. And the general has been really... That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder.
Number 91.
It's all you, MP.
Here's Johnson. 7 points in the game. Back to Okongwu. And they'll get another chance. And stolen by Miller. Here's the General. He's guarded by Johnson. Basket good. 23 points for the General.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Young with no one around. Traps in the tray. Young's got 8.
And that's just too easy for Young. The D has to guard him a lot better than that beyond the arc.
We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger.
3 points.
You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
Asta Rizashay. Johnson surveying the floor. Here's Rizashay. Defended by Bridges. 6 on the shot clock. And Rizashay. The bucket on the assist by Johnson. And it's 13 points for Rizashay. Charlotte leading by 20. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, the NBA has split its draft into 2 days. The league's executive VP and head of operations, Joe Dumars, says rosters have expanded and we're seeing a larger influx in talent, a lot of times from the second round. This format will do justice to those slept-on players. Kevin?
Good stuff, DA. Some Hall of Famers from that second round, for sure. Ball against Young. From downtown, and another 3 for Charlotte.
Their ability, again, to stretch. The floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
3-pointer. Sinks the triple. Ball's got 6 points in the quarter.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Johnson for 3. Miller grabs the miss. Shot and game clock separated by 5. On the wing, Bridges. He's got 11. Deep 2 from Ball. Again, the Hornets score.
Well, boy, Miles Bridges showing you that he's not just a scorer. How about that pass and setup?
And here's Young. Pass to Johnson to end the run. He can't get that one. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. It's Charlotte delivering the blowout. And coming up as soon as we return from break. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the 4th. Smith is out there with Trey Mann. And there's the general. Then it's Williams. And it's Jeffries in at the small forward.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
The Hawks shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Ashton Yang.
Tomorrow we got to make an airport.
You know, Doris, we know how physical the NBA is, but can you talk to the importance of mental toughness as well, and what it means for a player?
Kevin, I don't think a player can be successful in the NBA, and certainly a team cannot, without some level of grit and mental toughness. And what does that mean? How does that manifest itself? It means handling adversity. It means overcoming a key injury. There's a toughness required to be amongst the smartest, most resilient players or teams in the NBA.
It's LeVert with the drive. Got a piece of it. Here is Jeffries, defended by Mann. Jeffries can't get it to go.
I'll tell you, everything went right in terms of execution. He just can't get it to go.
Pass to Bufkin. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on the general. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Curry's checked in for the Hornets.
Tomorrow, after tomorrow, we have to.
Johnson with a screen on Smith. Pass to Okongwu. Shot clock at 6.
You can't be overzealous inside when you guard him. You got to be better at contesting without fouling.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
The three-pointers and how well they're able to shoot them. You wonder if they can keep it up, and boy, have they.
I think it's also important we mention the number of assists this group has tallied. Their offense continues to just hum along right now.
The first one falls. The NBA has always been a star-driven league, Greg, and that's reflected in team strategies now more than ever before.
It is. All over the league, teams now building their systems around their stars, surrounding them with complementary players and running the offense through them as much as possible.
Smith outside. Okongwu grabs the board.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
And Johnson now top of the key. Daniels with it. Now here is Young. Drops in the layup for 2. Young's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, he had trouble making shots in the first period, but rounding into himself here in the second.
Mann finds Williams to the inside. The general can't get it
Gotta
to go.
dunk that shit.
For Atlanta, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Pass to Daniels for 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 5 assists tonight.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Outside, Green. Here's the general. Puts it up, and he hits the jump shot. The general's got 31 points.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Well, when it's closing time, he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all night.
Pass to Rizichet. From past the arc. Hornets with the rebound. The general's got 8 rebounds in this game. Man up top. And that one is stuffed right through.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
1:31 left to play in the final quarter.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Charlotte.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for the General.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
Outside, Green. Inside, here's the General. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Trae Young.
Shooting for Charlotte, number 91. Taking 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. And Doris, a new era began in Charlotte after Michael Jordan's departure as owner in 2023.
And Kevin, with that ownership change, there's always a transition period. And it may take a while for the Hornets to find success, but there are some reasons for optimism, and you begin with the young point guard.
And this kid, Ricochet, is a team-first kind of player, willing to give it up to the open man.
Man passes to the General. Takes a 3. Rebound, Atlanta. Here's Young. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. A resounding victory
What
for
is
them.
the deal, nigga, Rachi?
That's exactly
It's been a long time.
They control the game and just...
Yes, nigga, last time I see you, nigga, they seen the Super Bowl, nigga.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldrich, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.
My nigga playing 2K.
Yes, nigga, you see what's going on, nigga. 33-point triple-double, nigga.
Hello, why ain't nobody sharing it? Who can they ass whoop? Jambo?
No, nigga, we're playing my player, nigga.
My player.
We're creating our team, nigga. Come on down, nigga. We need a fucking point guard, nigga.
Hell nah, they gonna block this shit.
Outperform that nigga Mark Williams. We taking his spot. He should have went to the Lakers.
What's up, Ma? How the show, man, bruh?
It's over with, boy. We got 3 more days of shooting. He out there, bitch.
Yeah, I got another one lined up after that.
Hell nah, boy. Shit, we back on the bench. See what's happening.
I should have found something. I've been getting hella emails.
We supposed to be shooting after Sweet Magnolia, so I'm not saying. That shit's supposed to start up.
Yeah. What the fuck is that? Sweet Magnolia.
It's like an episode. They played that shit for like a month or 2 months last year.
This nigga Larry sending out shit for this nigga Tay.
Bro, that shit was so funny, bro.
I called your ass immediately. I said,
hey,
what the fuck is this asking for money,
soon as he sent that shit, I said, this nigga said, if you can't, oh well.
Right there.
I said, bro, nobody's gonna donate to that, bro. Like it's so funny because that's exactly how Larry is. He like, man, I did my part.
I said, I ain't donating to that shit. That nigga saying hit me up, nigga. I just had an auntie die from cancer, nigga. Nobody send me shit, nigga. My auntie dead as a motherfucker right now. No cancer. Fuck cancer, nigga. Took my cousin and my auntie. I'm sorry, I don't like this nigga wife got cancer, but at the same time, I don't trust this nigga. That nigga, I don't know. That nigga was dogging her ass